Okay folks, welcome back to another edition of Action Figure Imagery. Today we're having a look at Streets of Rage action figure Axel. Now I normally hadn't done any reviews over figures that are under 5 inches. I think this is my first ever review, if I'm not mistaken, of a figure that is less than 5 inches tall, or right at 5 inches. I'm not sure how tall this figure actually is, but we definitely know that it's under 6, and it might be at 5, but I doubt it's at 5. Maybe for a little bit over 4, but we'll see once we do the review. And you've seen this figure before, but it was in one of my toy haul videos. But now I'm getting ready to open it up, and you're going to see what it looks like out of the packaging. As you see on the outside, grand uppercut effect. He has a grand uppercut effect. I'm assuming that's the fireball. There's a up-close packaging that's Axel on the outside. Streets of Rage. From the old Streets of Rage video game. You see what it looks like in the corners. And there's... How many of you remember this video game right here? It's pretty old school right there, back in the 1990s. I'm not mistaken. Has lots of points of articulation for such a small figure. 24 points of articulation, as you can see there. And you see Axel right here. Fireball effect. And there he is right there. You see the grand uppercut effect again on the back of the packaging. As you see, he only has one accessory. And now you've seen the packaging, good look at the packaging. Let's have a look at Axel outside of the packaging. Okay folks, here we have Axel out of the packaging. And as you see, he just has his fireball. And that's it as far as an accessory. As we take a closer look at the figure itself. A close-up view. Alright, and first we're going to look at the articulation. Well, I'll just get you a close look at all over the figure first. Look at his tennis shoes, side of the figure, t-shirt, not bandana, but what you call these things? It's not a bandana, it's not a headband. Forgot what these are called, but as you can see, it is rubbery. It's bendable, movable rather. And let's go over the articulation first. We'll start with the head. Goes side to side. No up and down movement. I'm trying to go back with it, and it doesn't go back nor down. So the next point of articulation after the head is around the shoulders, the arms. Yeah, see, you have a little pivot right here, and you have a little pivot, swivel right here, rather. So good articulation in the upper arm areas and the shoulder. The elbow bends, and the wrist can rotate. As you see, he has an abdominal frame, and he can twist them around like that. Diaphragm frame, I'm sorry, that's the correct pronunciation, not abdominal frame. I said the wrong thing. Diaphragm frame. Okay, now it goes to the waist. There is no articulation right here in the waist. You can't twist it with, but there is articulation at the top, so you can, but there is none right here. So no articulation in the waist. So the next point is the leg can go out like that, outward leg movement, and you got a swivel, upper thigh swivel right there. Then you go further on down, and his knee bent back pretty good, like that much, and bend it back, forward again, and foot articulation. Getting awkward angle right there. Sorry about that noise. That was the plastic that he came out of that fell on the floor. Okay, and see, you got a little, not sure what to call that, but you can make his foot go back like that by turning into that. So that's all the point of articulation, folks, and the joints are pretty tight on this figure for such a small figure, and he is pretty fun to hold in your hands. I'm enjoying them, moving the parts around, doing this review. It's pretty fun to hold and pose, and imagine all the good poses you can get with the extra articulations. This is a lot of he has a lot of articulation for such a small figure. As you saw, he has 24 points of articulation, which is pretty good for a figure that is under 5 inches tall. And as for his accessory, it's just a plain, simple looking fireball accessory. Now on the packaging, it goes on his right hand, his right fist, where if you wanted to go on pretty good, you see, you do like this and get it look just like the packaging on the outside. I'm going to place it on there. Then I'm going to make a comparison shot live via video instead of just a slideshow. There it is. There's a fireball that's on his hand. Like the packaging, it's on his left. And I'll do like I said I did. Here's the packaging right here. And here he is. So I think I got it pretty close to the packaging. It is on his left hand, just like the packaging. Okay. Now you've seen Axel out of the packaging. Let me make sure he stands pretty well. For his standing ability, yes, he stands pretty good without falling. You pose him correctly. But now you've seen him out of the packaging. Now let's see Axel in the slideshow. Okay, folks, now we see Axel with the only accessory he comes with, the fireball in the packaging. That's what he looks like when you open up the packaging. Here he is out of the packaging without his accessory. And like I said earlier, like I thought of before, this is a cool figure. Which is, I'm not sure if I mentioned this in the video portion, but it is a pretty cool figure for such a small figure. Be around 5 inches even. And hopefully there are more figures on the way of this this franchise, Streets of Rage. It would be cool if as you see a close-up of Axel right here, but it would be very cool if these, when they became 6-inch scale action figures, 1/12, and there you see him with his only accessory right there. But to be such a small figure, articulation is pretty good. And there's my efforts at putting him in another fighting pose right there as he's getting ready to attack. And there he is right there. You see he's right at 5 inches tall. A little bit taller than than the Popeye the Sailor Man figure that I have. Around 5 inches. And there's the back of the card scanned in image right there. And that's it for this video, folks. I hope you all enjoyed this video. Everyone have a blessed day. And we'll see you in the next video.